to another Midships episode. I am out here on Adventure of the Seas. It's actually our first live stream we're ever going to do here for the channel. We're out in Galveston, Texas. We're going to do a little sail away here. It's getting close to 5 p.m. I think that's when we're scheduled to sail away. And I'm just sort of walking around the upper deck here. This is deck 13 of Adventure of the Seas. If you want to take a look here, go ahead and flip the camera around so you can take a peek here at the pool deck on Adventure of the Seas. Hey, Michael, William, can you guys hear me all right? I don't know why I'm in black and white all of a sudden. Let's see if we can go back to normal. Perfect. Thank you guys very much. Let me go ahead and walk up towards the bow of the ship now. We'll turn around here. It's going to get a little bit noisy. Hey to Lone Star, I see you're booked here in March. The ship is fantastic. It just went into dry docks. I think they worked on the propulsion system is what I gathered here from the crew. Kathy, hello. William, hi there. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Yeah, it's going to be a great cruise for you, Lone Star. The ship looks great. Right now, it's all decorated for Christmas. But obviously that's just a December thing, so hopefully it is all down and ready for you here in March. Now we're up on deck 13. This is sort of a sun deck area they have here. I'm going to flip you around. A lot of people don't know, but you can actually go down on the bow and you can do your little Titanic moment down there. Now I'm not down there because it's just going to be too windy. Yes, it is a similar ship to Navigator of the Seas. So we'll take a quick walk around here. Obviously this is Galveston, Texas, so there's a lot of activity here. As I was flying in this morning, I looked out into the Gulf and there were just so many cargo ships just waiting out there. I don't know what exactly they're doing out there. And then the other thing that I'm kind of curious about is I know SpaceX had purchased some used oil derricks, and I'm kind of wondering if it's these two sitting over here. I think old Elon Musk was naming those after the two moons of Mars. So if you guys know the name of those two moons, props to you. If not, I'll let you in on the secret. They are named Phobos and Deimos. Perfect. So I saw the pilot ship pull out here just a little bit ago. Oh, here he is now. I flipped the camera around just so you can see it all right. So right out here, this is the harbor pilot. So hopefully we are casting lines here soon. We'll actually take a walk over there and we'll see if we're still tied off or not. That'll give us a pretty good idea of when the sail away is going to start. So while I'm walking, why don't you guys let me know when your next cruise is and what ship you're going to be aboard. I'm kind of excited to hear about it. Cody, thank you very much for that. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. There's 18 of you sitting here. I think we could all do that like button. Yvonne, I'll go ahead and show you quickly the sail away party right now. We'll walk over that way. The problem is it gets a little bit loud with the music, but I'll give you a quick peek. Okay, hey, the chat just disappeared, but I saw somebody's going on Navigator of the Seas in just a couple weeks, December 3rd. Now, I'm not sure off the top of my head if Navigator is a Voyager class ship like this one. Oh, Michael, you're December 24th on Anthem of the Seas. That's going to be a real good time as well. You head on over here. I'll flip the camera around for you. Kimberly on Independence in May. Wow. That's going to be a really fun cruise for you. I bet that is going to be great. Anthem of the Seas, 61 days for Kathy. Yvonne, you're going to be on Carnival Legend January 23rd for a birthday cruise. All right, there's nothing like a good birthday cruise. William, February is your next cruise on the Carnival Glory. So here's the pool deck right now if you want to take a look at some of the action. We've got the sky bar up top, got the live music going on down below. We'll just take a quick walk around the track here so you can take a look at what's going on here. And then I'm not sure if you've ever been to Galveston. Hey! We've got some happy cruisers going on here, guys. Navigator on the 3rd. Can you book shows through the app once on board? Garrett, that's a great question. And Vicky, I see you're on Adventure. Garrett, yes, you can book on the app when you get on board, and that's the only time you can book. You have to be connected to the ship's Wi-Fi in order to be able to book into your shows and your dining time. Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? And everything does. It sells out pretty quickly. So we're going to go behind the big movie screen here. 25th anniversary cruise. That's really exciting. Hopefully you guys make it to some specialty dining. Enjoy yourselves a little bit while you're out there. So you can see we got the hot tubs are kind of fired up out here. There's a few people in the pools, but not a whole lot going on. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, oh hey Carol Ann, Jewel right now, and you're on Adventure for a back-to-back on Monday. So I was expecting the pool deck to get refurbished when this went into dry docks. That's what I had heard. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it was quite refurbished yet. However, Royal keeps them in really good shape, so nothing to worry about too much there. We'll go ahead and walk back towards the rear. And hopefully this signal is still good for you guys here. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up here if you can still see it and hear me okay. Looks like we have a tug pulling in here behind us, and you can see right now the engines are fired up. It looks like the propellers are turning back here. We've got water moving. Kathy L., that's really good advice. Definitely go to guest services if you're having trouble booking things. The other thing that you can do is any of the specialty restaurants, they're able to book you in the other specialty venues on board the ship. So if you want to go to Chop's Grill for dinner, but you're right next to Izumi, you can just pop right into Izumi and go ahead and book that right then and there. Cindy Johnson on the Glory in February. That is an exciting cruise. I've not cruised on the Carnival Glory, but I think that's probably going to be a good time. It's definitely on my to-do list. Taurus Family Adventures, William, Garrett, thank you all for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We're going to be walking past Johnny Rockets here. I can't peek inside too much because the Wi-Fi is not really good right now on the ship. So I'm on my cell service right now for the stream, but this is the, I think this is the last couple holes of the putt-putt course. You can actually see here, the ball rolls down this little track here from upstairs. And we're gonna head on up by the flow riders now. I know this is something everybody likes to see. So this is around deck 12 or 13 aft. We've got the flow rider. Carol Ann, I believe we have about 1,600 on here right now. Looks like we got a show going on in the flow rider here. I don't know if we have any participants or not right now. Looks like maybe there's one gentleman back here. Garrett, it looks like the shows are a little bit more limited on this particular ship than the last one that I was on. When I was on Odyssey of the Seas, there were tons of shows available that you could go in and do. But on this particular ship, it looks like there's a few less options. I'll go ahead and try to catch some screenshots and put them on the Midships Facebook page for you if you're curious about the shows. How warm is it there? I think it touched into the 80s today. Oh, Rick Miller, Mardi Gras. You're going to be on my sail in December 11th. We'll see you on there. Make sure you pop in and say hello to me. Kathy, you love Adventure of the Seas? Yeah, this is a beautiful ship. I've never been on her, but absolutely pleased that I had the chance to cruise on her for the next 5 days. Carol Ann, you have 1,400 on the Jewel and 1,700 last week. That's right, you had mentioned you're doing a back-to-back on the Jewel of the Seas. How was everything with Jewel? I know they had kind of the COVID issues that were going on for a while. Did they get that under control? I haven't looked at the COVID tracker yet for this week. All right, I'm kind of getting into a shadowy area here. I'm back by the sports courts and the suite lounge, looking for a cut through to get back up to the front of the ship. So it sounds like most of you out there on today's stream are probably cruising here in the next little bit. That's super exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting to meet more and more of you here in the Midships family as we grow. So I really appreciate all of the support that you guys have given me. Just really from the bottom of my heart, almost all the names on today's chat I notice. So I really appreciate you guys. And sorry for the shaky camera work. I'm walking down a set of steps, and that's not something I have a very good skill at in life. All right, we're going to be moving back past the pool deck here. So I think we should be pushing off here any minute now. We've got the sunset here in Galveston. There's nothing like a sail away party, honest to gosh. That's why we cruise. Carol Ann, it's all under control now. Oh, that's really good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. ALJ, hi everybody. Hey ALJ, thanks for stopping in the live stream tonight. Now, if you're just stopping in, I just want to remind you we're down in Galveston, Texas. We're sailing away on Adventure of the Seas. This is going to be a 5-night itinerary. It starts off with a sea day, then we're going to stop in Costa, Mexico, and then we're going to Cozumel, and then we wrap up with a sea day. Hello! Before we head back here to Galveston, Texas. And I'm just going to take you here through the Sky Bar. It's going to be a little noisy, but there's nothing like the ambience of a Sky Bar here on a sail away. Well, cruising during COVID is definitely a little bit different than it used to be, because I've already noticed that I pretty much know half the people on this ship already, just at least in their faces alone. I've seen almost everybody at least once or twice so far at some place on the ship. So very interesting. And people on these ships, I tell you what, most of them seem to be pretty experienced cruisers. However, that said, you know, we had the inevitable newbie moment when I was getting on. The couple in front of me said, "Hey, where's my stateroom key?" when they checked him in. So as any experienced cruiser will know, that stateroom key is pretty much always found on your door. Carol Ann just left Costa Maya at 5 in Cozumel tomorrow, along with the Odyssey. Hey, why don't you just jump back on Odyssey? I'd stow away on there for another week or two. I have to say, after sailing on the newest ship and then a little bit older ship, you definitely get spoiled on those new ships. But I tell you what, a person that loves cruising, is into the lifestyle, you're not going to be upset no matter what ship you're on. Most of us out here that love cruising and that are part of this channel, this community, you know, we're just happy to be cruising. And I've got good news for everybody here. We are officially moving. We're underway here. So if there's anything anybody wants to take a look at, go ahead and leave it in the chat. I'll try to facilitate it. Again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get on the ship's Wi-Fi for some reason, and the line was way too long downstairs. Bon voyage, Kathy, that's right. It's time to pop the champagne. I'm gonna try and stand up on a deck chair. Maybe we'll get a little better view here. Thank you, Yvonne. William, you love Harmony of the Seas. I tell you what, I have not sailed on board Harmony, but that is definitely another one on my to-do list. I'll go ahead and give you a peek down here at the helipad. A lot of people don't know it, but you can access that. There's sort of a secret access on the promenade level. I think it's level 4 or level 5. You just kind of have to ask around to the crew. I'll try to go ahead and put out a video that shows you how you get into that area, and maybe we'll give that a little sneak peek on the channel for you, so you can see how to get down there, because obviously you can have a pretty perfect sail away from down there by the looks of things. Now you can see up here on the top deck, not a lot going on. It seems like everybody's there for the sail away party down on level 11. Thank you, ALJ. I appreciate it. We're definitely going to have a wonderful time. Oh, we have someone from Vegas here on the chat. How many people on the ship? Busy or low demand? Well, it's definitely lower than pre-COVID times. However, there's about 1,600 on the ship from what I've been able to gather. Let's go ahead and give you a little view here. It's hard with the glass, but we are definitely moving. Do I have excursions in Cozumel or Costa Maya? Not yet. However, in Cozumel, I'm starting to think about going to Mr. Sancho's. But it's just going to have to be one of those play it by ear situations because the weather doesn't look ideal for either one of those ports. So I may just be staying on board the ship and enjoying the solarium and maybe putting in a little bit of extra work getting another video out for you guys and gals. You can see we have probably about 30 or 40 minutes left of sun in the sky. It's absolutely a perfect night for sail away. It's probably down in the low 70s right now outside. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and it's comfortable. Vegas Night 99. Am I doing MSC Seashore? Yeah, that's going to be on my to-do list probably for sometime in March through May of next year. I'll probably try to hop on board the Seashore. William Farmer. Used to work on a drilling rig in the Gulf out of Galveston. You probably know all the ins and outs down here in Galveston. Tell you what, we hit a huge traffic jam into the port today. I guess a train stopped and blocked the main road into the cruise terminal, so we had to go around. So again, expect the unexpected when you're cruising. Lone Star. I can't wait to sail on this ship. It'll be my first balcony cabin. Well, a balcony cabin, that's a pretty big upgrade. I am sailing an interior on this cruise. I tried and tried and tried to royal up for something with a little better view, but unfortunately, the Royal Caribbean gods just didn't smile on me this time, but maybe next time. I think my December 11th cruise on board the Mardi Gras, I'm going to be in a balcony up, actually right on the Lido deck. It's going to be really handy. It's going to be probably the best located cabin that I've ever had on a cruise ship. So we're going to walk here towards Midships now. I'll go ahead and give you a peek at everybody watching the sail away. So those of you out there who have sailed in a balcony before, why don't you go ahead and let Lone Star know what he can look forward to. I'm sure some of you have a favorite story from your balcony cabin. I'll go ahead and tell you mine. My favorite story from my balcony cabin was actually on my first cruise I ever took. It was aboard the Carnival Liberty. And I tell you what, I waited in line for probably 20, maybe 30 minutes, walked all the way across the ship to get a late night pizza from the Pizza Pirate. And no sooner did I get it out on my balcony and sat down with a big smile on my face than did a gust of wind take that whole entire pizza and throw it right into the ocean. So they're definitely windy on those balconies, so make sure you keep everything tied down. So I don't know how many of you watch other cruise YouTube channels, but I actually, when I was doing my muster drill today on board the ship, about 2 minutes after I got on, I went straight to my muster station. I wasn't about to waste time and, you know, get lost. Actually, I checked in with Jordan Both, I believe is how you would say her last name. She has a YouTube channel called with Jord. She is one of the ice skating I don't know if they're actresses or athletes. I don't know how they want to be referred to on here. but it was very cool to go ahead and run into somebody that you weren't expecting to run into. So that's sort of how it goes on these cruises. It's like a little family. Got some people enjoying the last rays of sun during sail away. I'm going to walk over here. This is going to be, I believe this is the southward facing side of the ship, looking out over the Gulf here. It's just a little bit more pretty scenery out this side.
No.
So we'll go ahead and take a look here.
All right, thanks. Oh, yeah. There's the dolphin. He's right there. That's right where you were the Yep.
Well, I've heard the word dolphin here coming from a couple other people, so we're going to have to take a look out this way. This is the way they're pointing. So maybe we'll get lucky and get a little flipper sighting here. So how many of you out there have ever sailed away from the port of Galveston before? I'd like to see a show of hands. Kind of an interesting port to sail out of. They have a sort of a limited selection on your drinks package as you're sailing away. I think there's some sort of local ordinance or law in place that sort of prevents you from imbibing in exactly what you want, and you're kind of stuck to a limited menu. So I've been sipping on some Mai Tais and some, what the heck else did I have today? Mojitos. So it's been a nice, relaxing day. It was a really early morning getting on my flight. I did the biggest no-no that you can ever do, which is flying to the cruise port the day of your cruise. I got lucky this time, but I tell you what, don't do it. It's not worth it. All right. We have a ship going by, the Prima Energy. Somebody picked that color of green, not sure who, but they picked it. We're going to go ahead and walk back and take a look at the sail away party. See how it's looking back there. All right, just checking out. I'm doing on time. It's about 10 after 5. I have to get ready for dinner in the main dining room at 5:30. So we've got about 5 or 10 more minutes on the stream. So if you guys have any more questions or comments, go ahead and get them in, and we'll make sure we get them answered for you before we wrap things up. Head down one more level. I'm sorry guys about the wind. It's getting a little noisy. And there is one kind of like, I don't want to say it's a secret, but it's a little out of the way sort of viewing platform here right above the sky bar. Looks like a great place to take in a sail away. It sounds like we might be doing the wobble here. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek and see how they're doing.
Ready, let's go! Yeah, you got it! Yeah!
All right, guys, I'm going to go down into the belly of the beast.
Let's go! Ay, ay, ay! Yeah! Take it, we'll hold right there. Let's touch that.
I'm taking the game live. Yeah, I'm gonna change my time. Yeah, I'm in the game, child might wanna say you ain't rep, they like say.
Let's go!
I can always hold it, I don't keep shit up. Yeah, I'm looking at something like a shoot. A girl talking at a man that can dance, like he possibly get down with the two.
So you're not going to catch me doing the wobble out there on the pool deck, but we went ahead and had a chance to take a look at some other folks doing it. Much better moves than your Captain Corey here. I'm going to walk up to a little quieter spot here. want to be able to hear myself think just a little bit. Oh guys, I am so sorry the chat was turned off. I see there's been a lot that I missed out on. Sorry guys. I'm going to catch up here on the chats that we have. Okay. Vegas Nights. Lucha Libre Tony is going on the Joy soon. Yeah, I was in Tony's live stream last night. I watched it for about half the time they were on there. I think they're leaving tomorrow or the next day on the Joy, so hopefully they have a great time. I was lucky enough to have dinner with Tony aboard the Odyssey of the Seas. We sat down at Chop's Grill for an hour or so, had a great time. He's a wonderful dude, and exactly how he puts himself forward in his channel. So definitely, if you watch him and you're a big fan of him, you'll be a fan of him in real life as well. Yvonne, you love drinking your morning coffee on your own balcony. I couldn't agree more. I see we have some subscribers to Jordan's channel, Aboard with Jord. If you haven't, I'd recommend subscribing. She's in the crew here, so it's a really cool look at the day-to-day life of crew aboard these ships. Vegas Nights, you like Chris Wong. Yeah, did you see, he and Tony did a video a week or two ago with some really good advice about casino play here on Royal Caribbean. And the advice that they gave was that every passenger 18 and older on Royal Caribbean has a mystery amount of funds loaded on their spending account. And all you got to do is on the first day or two of your cruise, go ahead and take your room key and stick it in one of the slot machines, and boom, you'll have a buck or two or everything up to $100 loaded in, absolutely free. So go ahead and try that next time you're sailing on Royal Caribbean. Lone Star, you'd love to have an aft balcony. Yeah, aft balconies, those are really special. I've only had one ever, and I tell you what, it was fantastic. Carol Ann's been to Galveston, Lone Star, Galveston.
All right, DJ, take it away. Let's go. We have one more.
Gary Seabright, your first cruise was on Liberty as well. I gotta say, I love the Carnival Liberty. I think it was a really good introduction to cruising type of ship. It's not too long of an itinerary, but it gives you all of the restaurants and the shows that you would expect on a nicer cruise here. Kathy's never been to Texas. Vegas Nights, you think I should do the group cruise with the other content creators? Yeah, I've been mulling that over. I think they're going on the Norwegian Breakaway in 2023, so I'll have to reach out to some of them, some of the folks I met, and see. There's a couple cruises I'm looking at as well. Jay-Z, thanks for wishing me a great cruise. The ship looks empty. They must be at the Windjammer. Actually, the Windjammer shut down at 4. Although there's a rumor going around that it might be open for dinner on this cruise, which would be new during the pandemic. William says Tony and Jenny are cool. Yes, they are. Have you guys ever had a chance to meet them? I've never actually met Jenny, but if she's anything like Tony, I think she'd be a wonderful human being. Jay-Z says, do you think you could ask crew members what they'd like for Christmas and then do a video about it when you get back? We're due to sail on Enchantment of the Seas for Christmas. Well, yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you, Jay-Z. I'll go ahead and ask around. I was actually talking to one of the bartenders for the casino earlier. I think his name was Ale. I forget exactly, but excuse me if you're tuned in. I'll go ahead and learn your name by the end of the cruise. Again, if I ever meet you, I need to hear your name 3 times before I'm able to remember it, so sorry in advance. But yeah, I was talking to him, and I think their biggest complaint that they have for crew is right now they're not able to get off the ship and get kind of their basic needs. You know, their basic toiletries, things like that. But also they have trouble communicating with their families back home because the internet's not provided free for them on these ships. So a lot of them, they don't splurge for it. So a lot of them are looking for things like SIM cards or data. Or potentially the easier way probably for that is a gift card, honestly, or cash. You know, nobody really is upset by a little cash. Carol Ann says, I've heard Amazon gift cards. Carol Ann, that is an excellent point. Of most of the crew that I've talked to, and I talk a lot to crew because I sail alone, they all say, you know, what we do when we get into port is we order Amazon, and that's the only time we're allowed off the ship. We can go downstairs and pick up the deliveries. So Amazon is definitely keeping the crew going on these ships, so that'll be a great gift for your crew on your Christmas cruise. Also, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the Christmas and the Hanukkah decor that's up on the ships. They've got Adventure decorated really nice right now. There is a huge Christmas tree down in the promenade. It's actually so big that it's annoying. You can't actually walk through the promenade deck with more than one person. There's only room for one-way traffic in there. So it's sort of an interesting setup, but again, it's only for about a month. Go ahead and flip the camera around. We still got a little ways to go till we make it out into the Gulf here. So I'll give you one last peek at the sunset. We're going to wrap up here in about a minute or two, so I can go ahead and get ready for the main dining room to have a little bit of dinner. Looks like fried chicken's on the menu tonight. Not going to lie, that's probably what's going to be on my menu as well. Royal knows what to do with fried chicken, although if anybody sailed aboard the Carnival Mardi Gras, I'd love to hear what you thought of the Shack's fried chicken. I know Shack has a restaurant on board now. He also has one on the Radiance of the Seas, which that restarts, I think, in early December. Jay-Z, thanks. I know cash is king, but wanted to do something beyond that for Christmas. What a beautiful sunset. Thank you, Jay-Z. Yeah, I mean, that Amazon gift card would probably be a really good way to do it because, you know, then they're able to actually spend the money on themselves. And instead of, you know, sending things back home to support family or friends. So that would be a really good way for them to be able to splurge a little bit for themselves in the month of December. Kathy, thanks for wishing me a great trip. Vegas night, you should do a cruise with Ship Life. I've actually never met the Ship Life. What is his name? I forget his name off the top of my head. Seems like a really cool dude, though. I believe he used to be crew on some ships, and the guy can dance. I tell you what, I've seen him break it down a few times. And rich and jazzy life. Yeah, Adventures and Griff and Alyssa, there's a lot of people. I actually ran into EECC Travels on my last cruise on Odyssey of the Seas. Super nice people. Would highly recommend following their channel. They're actually, during the pandemic, they bought an RV and started vlogging their RV life, which is kind of cool. Jay, yes, Ship Life's name is Jay. You guys are right. Radiance will not start, hang on. Radiance will not start till spring. It's in Cadiz currently for some work. I thought Radiance had already started her way back to the US, but I can't stay on top of everything. I'll have to look that up, and we'll go ahead and try and include that in one of the Midships updates here in the coming days. Were you guys able to catch today's episode? I know the Omicron is, it's big news right now. It's pretty clickable. So I thank you guys and gals if you've been clicking on it and watching it. It's an evolving situation. I see a lot of great comments down in the comment section. Some updates, things that I'm not even aware of. Honestly, it's hard to stay up to date with all of this stuff. And, you know, it turns out that this situation evolves faster than anybody could keep up with, really. So, going to give you one last nice little look of Sail Away behind the funnels here. We love EECC. Alyssa and Jason are really nice. We love all the cruise bloggers. Thank you, Ale. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, Alyssa and Jason are fantastic. Had a chance to spend some time at the taco stand with them, had a nice little lunch, and then we also chatted a few evenings pretty late into the night. They are really good people. So I'm not sure if they have a group cruise coming up, but it might be something to look into. Also, I think Tony and Jenny have a group cruise coming up. So if you guys are into those, I would highly recommend it. I'll probably be on board at least 1 or 2 of those. That's a really good way to sort of get involved more in the community, and for you guys to actually reach out to some of the creators that you know and love. Because about 6 months ago, I was sitting in your seats just saying, hey, I love cruising, I love this content, and you know, these people that you watch on YouTube, they feel like a family, and you know, you really, as a creator now, with you know, we're coming close to 7,000 subscribers now. I really appreciate you guys. I know exactly how you all feel because I sat there and felt the same way until I started this. And you know, honestly, if you have a phone and you can talk for a few minutes on camera, you guys should try it too on one of your cruises. It's a really good time, and it's a great way to meet new people with a shared interest. So with that, I want to thank you all for showing up tonight to the live stream here. I'm going to be signing off and heading on to the main dining room. But until next time, we'll see you guys on the Midships.